Alright, it's time for a BanjoRace. And no, we're not late. Asme. We're never late. Not on this channel. Not in this community. We're never late doing races. Today we got Thunderstorm and Dango. Say hi, everyone.
Hi everyone.
Hey everybody.
Two names that are so long they barely fit on my layout. Not that I'm one to talk myself, so... I know we talked about this a little bit, but how have you guys been since group stage? Are you guys ready to kick ass in the bracket?
Nope, not at
Hell
all.
no. I just worked 60 hours this week, so I'm trying not to feel like the blue dog in Majora's Mask.
Yeah. Well, the blue dog can actually win now. We know that by cheating. So, well, I guess we'll have to watch out for that. Anyways, so like we said, best 2 out of 3, and you guys both know it's best 2 out of 3, unlike
Yep.
Duck, who didn't the other day, and then went to go watch a ball game, so we gotta shame him. Anyways, are we both ready to go?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I'll count you down, and then we'll get her started. Once I find my Discord. I'm always like so unprepared, right? Okay, start it up in 3, 2, 1, go. And good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Alright, gonna drag them off. We'll go ahead and get them started. And off they go. Let's stop listening to Mingy John go. Oh my god, Harpy finally gets to watch a match. Can't believe it. Hopefully it's a good match. Alright, I think my audio levels are good. If it sounds a little too loud or a little too quiet or something, just let me know. And I'll change the levels a little bit. I think it might be a little too... There we go. That might be good. This is early? Yeah. Yeah, happy Friday, everyone. Unfortunately for me, Friday is the start of my work week. So, you know, I gotta work all weekend long. Unfortunately, Asme, you do not get to face the winner of this match. The winner of this match is gonna be Xenernicus as the challenger. Yeah, Asme gets to race the winner of tomorrow's match, which is Snowpea and Flameforged. So, you should be asleep, but you're watching a match. Well, it sounds like your time is just, you know, it's excellent. Ooh, oh, Sunder got really lucky. Alright, so I guess I should talk a little bit about the match instead of what's going on. So we got Green Potion versus Blue Potion. Dango not with, I mean, with as good a Blue Potion as you could have. Sunder almost got really wrecked on Green Potion Klungo, but Klungo ran toward his blue eggs. So, you don't think you could beat either of these two? Well, I mean, Dango's PB is still pretty high. Dango's really good at running Tooie, but only if it's like memer boards. Dango's still pretty new to structured main category, main leaderboard categories. So, but we know that Dango has some, you know, has had the opportunity to get a lot of really good times playing Banjo. And Sunder tried to convince me before the race started that he had a 42, but he was like, yeah, I got a 42.57, just talking all nonchalant, but it turned out he was actually looking at his summa best. Me and the one line to the left. Oh, yeah. See, it's because, you know, when you highlight OBS, highlight windows in OBS, there's that outline. And I always line up, like, the outline with it. There we go. So, yeah, classic GDO. It'll happen again, and again, and again. But thank you for mentioning it. See, I could just be mean and, like, you know, do something like that, right? The red line is the bane of your existence. Yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and switch that back over. Yeah. Yeah, I've done some pretty intense crop jobs. The hardest crop job is when I'm cropping the tracker for Booter. Because the one tracker is cropped into, like, you know, 5 or 6 different picture things that I need to move around. Instead of just changing the tracker, I just crop it weird. When you left, half your VLC menu visible. Good times, good times. Alright, so at least we got both of them in Wooded Hollow at the same time. We're about a run to the silo different. So we're going to see Sunder's quick break into GGM first. The mouse is always the worst. I think that having bad audio is the worst. If somebody doesn't know their audio is jonked up until after the race is already done, that's like the worst. Ooh, nice from Thunderstorm. That's the kind of strat I like to use to get into GGM early. Alright, what have we got here from Dango? Oh, okay. 3 tries, 4 tries. There we go, finally made it in. That was a close shave making it in too, because you could hear the sound of him like hitting the ground but slipping through at the same time. So Sunder off to a pretty big lead so far. We still have MT to go, so I'm not holding my breath yet. But I mean, GGM is the first, you know, hurdle of the race. Sunder's on pace for a pretty good exit GGM time still, but a lot of not hard movement to go, but we've seen a lot of people flub up the jumps underneath the prospector's hut. One time you got timed out in the official Pokemon Twitch channel because you said they should turn on de-interlacing. Yeah, I don't think I've ever messed with de-interlacing settings. Ganabrator used to always give me heck for it, because you can see the lines when on some N64 games. Like people that stream like Super Mario 64 without de-interlacing. Yeah, I haven't held my breath in a long time, so my lung capacity is probably really terrible. When I was in like, I mean, it sounds weird out of context. When I was in like elementary school and like early high school, I used to practice holding my breath all the time. Because I used to be really into swimming. And I mean, I know you should like breathe while you're swimming, but I don't know, I also liked diving. And so I always tried to like see how long I could stay underwater. Ooh. Come on, Sunder. I believe. Okay. Finally got that detonator levitation. That was a little bit rough. At least he only quote-unquote failed it once. A lot of attempts setting it up, and there was a couple, like, didn't press the B buttons. But at least he only, like, false detonated once. If you see someone accidentally, like, detonate in the water twice, and it's, like, their last try, that's, you know, it's when you gotta start sweating. Sweating. What's a bit clip? I think I have an exclamation for it. Nope. There we go. That's what a bit clip is. It's basically a ground triangle. It's a clip through triangles in the ground. Floors are made of triangles. I just find it incredibly hilarious that, like, you know, 8-Bit Beast made his Bitclips video, like, right after right after Pan and Koic released that, like, 4-hour video on on Floors. Oh my god, we got a synced bill drill. We're gonna have another one. Oh, they be drilling at the same time. Yes. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce your name. Oh, Sunder, we could have had a synced ladder climb. Soleil de Helterel. I don't know what Helterel means. My French only goes so far. Ooh, look at that. Dango has a... Ooh, that was a really far jump. I was worried for Dango for a sec there, but good thing he saw and flutter. And Sunder likes not jumping to the other lamp. Sunder likes doing the jump straight to the second one. It's a reference to a D&D campaign? I see. I tried playing D&D once, but I just couldn't get into the role-playing aspect of it. But I like the idea of it. Oh, I gotcha. Ooh, that's not gonna work. And Sunder knew that. That egg was like right into the wall. So is that one. that egg was like exactly the same shot. Alright, that's fine. That'll work just fine. Yeah, Sunder saw the first shot and was like, nope, that's not gonna work. Then made the exact same shot and was like, got it. Nailed it. Oh, and we got our first bonk. Are we gonna chain the bonks together? Nope. Alright, see you later, Jam Jars. Not until egg game, right? I think egg game is the next move. The floor is lava. The floor is lava triangles? Grip grab? Oh, yeah, you're right. You do go there first. If I would have thought more than 2 seconds about it, I would have realized. But I was just like, at some point you have to do a beak bomb up to the top of MT for the Jiggy, so it's probably somewhere around there. The floor may or may not exist. That's like, you know, death planes and stuff like that. I remember when I used to glitch out Majora's Mask a lot, you know, if you, like, take Epona out of bounds, you can, like, ride Epona on top of the death planes. And it's like, you know, Epona's running around on a floor. But then once you get off Epona, you immediately fall into the death plane and respawn. So it's like, you know, the floor only exists if you're riding on the horse. Yeah, solid surfaces do not exist. You can just go through them at some point. Swim through vertical walls. BLJ into another parallel world. Jump through the floor triangles. Man, 3D platforming. What a world we live in. Not that 2D platforming is any better, but at least in 2D platforming they have, like, you know, it's hard to look at what they have to deal with. Garbage worlds and, like, you know. What is Dango doing? I think he tried really hard to, like, get out of Talon Trot, but he kept jumping instead. And then just, like, crouching. Take the bee into the air and break the entire game wide open. Yeah. I mean, the bee only breaks things a little bit, right? It seemed like Sunder stuck there for a really long time, but... Oh my god, Dango is getting absolutely destroyed by jam jars here. Oh, Dango's doing the other route. The white Jinjo wasn't there for Dango. Dango must... Oh no! Dango, no! He ran too far towards the sput. Oh my god, now he has to do JSG early again. Oh, unless he's doing... Oh no, he's... Wait, no. No, he's gotta be doing the other route. Yeah, the white Jinjo's in the pool. So he still needs Slumber Jiggy. Like, if he wanted to die there, he would have died on the flame. So... Yeah. So, Dango's definitely doing the alternative route. The one that doesn't do, the one that doesn't do, the Witchy World Jinjos. Or Jiggies. I think this is the route that Hag was gonna do, and then he decided not to. But, I mean, it's just so rough dying there. I think, like, in the route, that's probably the worst place to die. Other than maybe Electric Eels. Like, I think Electric Eels is still probably worse. Oh, Sunder. Oh, he's gonna grab the Jiggy. Okay, decided to fly through it. Well, he has to go back. There's no other Jiggy that he can grab. If someone died there in doing the route that Sunder is doing, he could just do, pillars. But because of the route he's doing, he's already doing pillars, and he's not going to be doing yellow Jinjos. He's not going to be doing yellow Jinjos or, Cactus or Dive of Death. Ooh, Sunder came really close to almost hitting the ground there. But yeah, having to do GSG early more than once in a run is just such a feels bad, man. You haven't played or watched BT in so long? Me too. I mean, if you don't count the race that I did on Wednesday. And the one that I'm going to be watching tomorrow afternoon. Banjo-Tooie is life. So yeah, now not only did Dango get absolutely destroyed, but he's going to be, I mean, he's just like, you know, Jam Jars hasn't been giving him a good time. I wouldn't be surprised if he, like, kept getting bonks with this kind of luck. Third try code. He already got Blue Potion Klungo 1, so obviously we're going to be seeing Red Potion Klungo 2. Yeah. locked and loaded for those flies. Oh, and we're not on grenades. Dango tried to poop an egg into the the boulder crack just to like, you know, just to like get damage boosted into the loading zone, but then tried to turn around really fast at the same time, but ended up just shooting a different way. Hey, Tip Tup. Oh, he gets third try code too. Oh. Dude, this is not Dango's race. I mean, good thing it's best 2 out of 3 for sure. Why did I jinx him? Because it was already coming to him. The game doth said so. So I'm not like speaking the future or anything. I'm just reading, you know, the painting on the wall. Or the writing on the wall, whatever the saying is. So yeah, you come over here, grab the orange Jinjo, and then you just run straight back into MT. And then he's gonna do pillars and swamp. It is, but it's I think it's faster than getting not first try code. But it's slower than getting first try code. No, but this run did Dilberta. The other run just doesn't do Dilberta, right? I think. I don't remember what the route is. Yeah, either way, if you take more than one try doing pillars, it's definitely not faster. Yeah, Dango is definitely trying to do this a little fast. Yeah, Dango's beak busting way too fast after fluttering. Come on, Dango, you gotta wait. Yeah, still doing it too fast. You gotta wait, Dango. I mean, you can do it on the first one because you're close enough, but... There we go. Oh! No, still didn't work. I wouldn't be surprised if Dango broke this rock here in a sec. Okay, that was good. That was that won't work on the next pillars. Okay, that looked good. Okay, last try. Okay, good. Good. That's good. I mean, going down underneath is just so long. Yeah, and I mean, Sunder's already opened up Witchy World, but the point of doing this is to like not have to go to Witchy World at all for Jiggies, I think. Yeah, but it does pillars too. So this is only 12 Jiggies though. Yeah, this is like a different route, I think. This is like a different third route. Unless the route that Dango's doing is no cactus, no, or, I mean, does cactus and does, Dive of Death and just doesn't do yellows. I could have sworn it replaced more than just the one Jiggy. I don't know, it just goes to show how often we've seen people do the route that I don't even know what I'm talking about. But I mean, it's not like the yellow Jinjos are that far out of the way, right? But I mean, in this category, all the all the Jiggies and Jinjos that you get are like pretty close. I think I'm thinking of the route where you skip all of the Witchy World Jiggies and you do what's it called? The swimming with fast swimming in GGM. Like the cave, the two cave, like the waterfall, the big waterfall, and the flooded caves, and then you do pillars, and then you skip the 3 Witchy World Jiggies, which saves a trip. So yeah, I'm kind of confuzzled. I'll have to ask Dango about it. Alright, nice setup for the rope from Sunder. Ooh, almost fell off the top of the rope, but managed to make it. Oh, Sunder, no! Almost made it, but jumped at a weird spot. Maybe. Either way, it's kind of weird. It also uses a different Jinjo pattern. Which, I mean, makes sense, but it's like... You'd think the orange Jinjo pattern would be better, because then you get both orange Jinjos in MT, and then the white Jinjo in MT as well. So why would you use a different Jinjo pattern? Especially since for this one that Dango's using, you have to jump into the water to get the white Jinjo. I mean, I think he's using the 100% Jinjo pattern. Because I know Dango's been doing a lot of help routing. And I mean, we were just talking about this before the race started, because Sunder wasn't sure that he had the right Jinjo pattern. So if Dango all of a sudden realized that he had the wrong Jinjo pattern when he got to Jade Snake Grove, he was probably like, ah, shit. And then maybe that's why he was thrown off and died to the Sput in Jade Snake Grove. It's all coming together. But then I guess you need to kind of remember where your orange Jinjos are when you do that. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it was a mistake or if it was legitimately like just a different route that we haven't seen. But I didn't even think about it just being the wrong Jinjo pattern. And Dango kind of panicking about it. Because, I mean, other than not getting the yellow Jinjos, he's done the exact same route, right? really makes you think. Either way, I think it's very clear who's going to be winning this first race so far. I mean, there's always a death to Hag 1 that could happen. I mean, obviously, I know I've, you know, called it into existence before. But, I mean, I don't really think Sunder has much worry about dying. Man, these fruities are just, like, aiming like crazy. I really wish I knew what caused them to do that. The fact that they can, like, snipe you off the top of the pool is just, like, it's absolutely insane. Stop spoiling the race? I'm commentating. I swear I'm not seeing into the future, okay? I don't have the script laying in front of me. This isn't the Booter tournament. Pre-recorded race with live commentary. I mean, we've done that before on this channel. And you guys would never know. Well, I guess you guys probably would know. If these two did their race, like, ahead of time, I'm sure someone would have probably seen them do it. I imagine it's hard for anyone to do, like, a Banjo-Tooie speedrun without someone from the community shitposting in their chat. Yeah, so I see that Dango skipped all of his MT splits after Enter MT. Skipped on Slumber, skipped on Prison Compounds, skipped on GGM. It has to have been just a mistake. Because I don't see why he would skip his splits. Man, Dango had such a terrible puzzle there. Like, I mean, Dango putting in the pieces was fine, but the puzzle itself was just so terrible. Ooh, Sunder got hit by the octopus. I just noticed that. He got smacked around a few times. He's only at 2 health. That's really rough. Good on Sunder for recognizing that he had to come up for air, too. Just because if he gets, you know, hit by the eels, then he's definitely dead here. It's really hard to get hit by the eels and not get hit by the eels a second time. He's definitely fast swimming though too, so. Ooh, this is gonna be. Oh well, I think the eels didn't notice him. Yeah, they're nowhere near him. All right, Sunder makes it up alive. I don't even think it's worth like counting best possible time here. And Sunder's definitely losing a lot of time on this split due to, you know, having to surface for air in seaweed section. But his best possible time is going to be like a 44, 47 or something after he leaves the level. No, 44, 49. But Dango's best possible time is like up to 48.07. So, yeah, just a little bit of a, just a wee bit. Oof. Yeah, oof is definitely right. I mean, like I said, thank goodness it's best 2 out of 3, so we have a redeeming race going on. Or, I mean, it could just be like a quick and easy 2-0. Sunder's, you know, Sunder's been moving, so it's all the frustration of moving and dealing with all the logistics behind that. He's taking it out on the bear and the bird. Dango was his poor victim. The metaphorical punching bag, if you will. Alright, so red potion for Sunder, so a nice easy end to the race here. Green potion into red potion isn't terrible for a race. I actually don't mind red potion Klungo too. I think I would rather, I mean, obviously blue is faster by a bit, but there's that option for bad luck. If I was on a good paced run, I think I would be fine with green into red. Ooh, Dango was really far away from the tentacles there, but managed to not get smacked. That was kind of rough. Hello, Brika the Chew. Get back to work. Don't let them catch you watching a Banjo-Tooie race at work. Alright, Dango got a pretty nice gold split on Enter GRL, on Enter JRL. I can't tell if that was damage from just drowning or getting smacked by the eels, but I think it was just drowning. 6 hours? That's rough. I was about to say, I don't know if I could last 6 hours without eating, but I usually take my, eat my lunch 6 hours into my shift anyway, because I don't eat in the morning. Unless you count coffee. Would anyone in here count coffee as a nutritious breakfast? Meme signed. The classic. Depends on the coffee. Nutritious? No, nah. Aw, you guys are just destroying me. I mean, hey, it's got like vanilla flavored sweetener and powdered milk in it. And a little bit of half and half. All of those things probably grew once from the ground out of something. Well, I mean, I use cream, but the machine we have at work kind of mixes water with powdered milk and throws it, you know, dumps it in. It's good. It tastes good, okay? Thank you for the raid, Briggs the Bomb. What tastes good? Just like this cappuccino machine we have at work. Yeah, I mean, it's at the very least, one, it's coffee, so it's a little bit of caffeine to keep the motor running. And then there's sugar in it to also keep, you know, the motor running. So, ooh, this is going to be a spray and pray from Dango. Ooh, got really lucky, though. Yeah, you press the button, it grinds the beans, it dumps a shot of espresso into your cup, and then you hear it go bzzz, and it dumps a little bit of whatever else you put in it, so. I don't know, when in doubt, just consume sugar to give me the energy to make it through the workday. And then when I get home, I can have something healthy, like, I don't know, a piece of bread. I don't eat a lot, but what I do eat is just really unhealthy. How is it going? It's definitely going. Sunder is having not a great run. I mean, he's like, you know, up a minute kind of thing. I drink protein milk, so that gets me all the, I mean, I have eaten pork chops all weekend, though. Well, all week, I guess. I usually never eat pork chops, but I've been, like, craving them, so I bought a pack. Sunder's been having not a bad run, but Dango has been having probably the worst run he's ever had. It's definitely a rough go at the moment for Dango. We think he accidentally set up the wrong Jinjo Manip file, and so he's been doing the best he can with what he has. Either that, or he just like, you know, either that or else he just, you know, royally started messing up. I mean, I agree. I mean, I went to Tim's in Nova Scotia when I was there in June, and their sandwiches have, like, leveled up. Tim's has garbage donuts, but their sandwiches actually tasted really good. It was like a panini sandwich. It was really good. And yes, EHC, this is the first race. I got the scores next to their names, so we got 0-0. And it's best 2 out of 3. Yeah. When I saw that Tim's made flatbread pizza, I literally shared it with a friend of mine and was like, what are they even thinking? Like, it can't be good, possibly. Like, people don't go to Tim Hortons to eat pizza. Like, and I know. I used to get Tim's all the time for dinner when I was in high school. But, that just made me not like it, because I used to go there, like, 2 or 3 times a week. But... Alright, Dango going into Hag 1 now. Both in the final. Dango's been popping off with golds in the last little bit. Got a gold split on Enter JRL, got a gold split on Klungo 2. When I was in high school, I used to have to drive my, like when I first got my license, you know, all of a sudden my parents were like, "Yay, we don't have to drive you and your sister places now, so now it's your job." And so I used to always drive her to her dance class. And sometimes I would go to Subway for dinner while I was waiting for it to be over, and sometimes I would go to Tim's, and a lot of times I went to Tim's. And so I always got their chicken noodle soup and their BLT sandwich, like, combo, like soup and sandwich, and then I would get, like, a chocolate donut to go with it. And I had that, like, 3 days a week. Subway is really expensive, and that makes me sad now. However, the best thing that I wish Subway would have done when I used to go there is they have crispy fried onions in their, like, smorg of things to put on your sub. And that immediately makes them so much better than they used to be in terms of sandwich quality. Crispy fried onions are so good on a sub. They're salty and oniony and crispy and crunchy. Oh, they probably add like 300 calories to your sub, but oh my god. They are. So loading up the sandwich with spinach and crispy fried onions and then, you know, whatever else. Oh, it's so good. But when I was in college, I used to basically live off of Subway's $5 footlongs. Back when they were the good subs, and then when they switched to the shittier $5 footlong menu, I still got a salami sub, like, almost every day. Because it was cheaper than anything else. Just get a footlong, have some for lunch, have some for dinner. There you go. I know I'm getting excited about it, but it's GDO talking about food during a banjo race. It's what I do, and it's all your guys' fault. Because you got me talking about Tim's. You know, if someone was like, has Sunder been doing grenade quick shots or just firing fire eggs, I wouldn't be able to tell you guys what's been going on. Because I haven't been fucking watching the race. Alright, it looks like Sunder's just doing the aiming strat with fire eggs. There we go. No, they don't. That's the thing. They don't. Enjoy your loaf of bread with some veggies for fucking $20. Alright, we got the final little damage phase for Sunder going on. I think after Sunder's done, I might just pull in Dango. He's still got quite a bit of the fight left, and I'm sure he's been waiting for the end of the fight. And time! 45:01 for Sunder. Let's go ahead and pull him in. Alright, GG's.
Wait, there's no way I won, right?
Yeah, you definitely won.
Oh, you won all right.
Yeah, you definitely won all right. Dango, I've never seen anyone reset out of their file faster than you just did.
Well, I'm getting my Game Shark out. I gotta switch Ginger files.
Yeah, so we didn't know whether it was a mistake or not, but when Dango hit JSG, there was a red Jinjo sitting above Grip Grab, which is really funny because we talked for so long before the start of the race about you having the right Jinjo file. Turns out Dango had the wrong Jinjo in it.
God.
Yeah, my heart fell out of my chest.
Yeah. You recovered the best you could, but we were thinking like, wait, is this the old route that Hag does? But then when you did like that Hag wanted to do, you know, the alternate route. But then I was like, wait a sec, you did Dilberta with that, and we weren't sure what you were doing. And then Asmi finally said, maybe he has the wrong Jinjo manip, and I said, you know what? That actually makes sense because that's probably like your brain was probably so scrambled when you saw it was the wrong Jinjo, and maybe that's why you died in Jade Snake to the Sput.
Yeah, I was just like frantically rerouting on the fly, and I wasn't thinking about the
So
Sput.
I mean, it's just pillars and then flooded caves and waterfall, right?
Well, you don't go back to GGM, right? Because Dango was still doing the same route.
You would do it after Dilberta. You just do Dilberta, and then you would probably Death Warp from flooded caverns, and it would take you back to Dilberta, and then you just continue the route.
Yeah, Dango just grabbed the orange Jinjo and I mean, it's the same route as what you're doing now, except at that point it probably would have been pillars. Yeah, Dango did pillars and swamp, and then still did all the Witchy World stuff. Basically the exact same route, just without yellow Jinjos and with pillars.
Yeah, and
Did you find the white Jinjo?
Yeah, it was in the pool. Dango was using
it was a Jinjo file that you knew. Okay.
Yeah, Dango was just using the other file, so you knew where your orange Jinjos were, right?
Yeah, I knew where they were.
Yeah.
But of course, I also hadn't like done pillars in months, so that was fun.
Yeah. I was telling these guys like I'm so sure you were so close to bill drilling that rock. I was like.
Okay, if I had died, I was like so close to risking it after I got hit by the Inky, just going for it. If I had died there, did Dango have a chance, you think?
No.
Okay.
No. Dango was like at least 3 minutes behind you.
Yikes.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go use the bathroom while Dango figures that out.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, we'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back with some more Banjo-Tooie goodness. Alright, we're back for game number 2. Oops, I accidentally jumped to the wrong scene. And, ooh, I forgot to update the score. So we got a score of 1-0 for Thunderstorm. Dango has confirmed confirmed the correct pattern. So we're ready to move on to game 2. So hopefully hopefully game 2 is a little bit nicer to you in terms of jam jars as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, are you both ready to go?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. I'll count you down and then we'll get her started. So start it up in 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck.
Good luck.
Alright, the worst nightmares coming to fruition, I guess I could say. Do I have the right scene on? Of course I do. Alright, Dango and... ooh, Thunderstorm missing! Missing the Klungo cutscene skip, so that's going to be a nice little lead for Dango. So it's still not over for Dango. Best 2 out of 3. If he wins this second race, then we'll you know, head on to the game 3 tiebreaker. I mean, obviously, we're going to be seeing a much different route from Dango this time around, with you know, the correct pattern. But I mean, like you said, when you see anything wrong with your Jinjo pattern, it's just you freeze. You don't know what to do. I mean, especially, at least he was doing a different category. It wasn't just a random Jinjo pattern where all of a sudden you don't know where the white Jinjo is. I mean, I think that would have been like just the end right there, but yeah, we got double green potion. Dango is standing way too far back though. Oh, that's good, but Klungo might run away. Oh, he didn't. That was very lucky. With bad Klungo RNG though, he could have run away. Alright, Sunder's in a nice easy spot. Still not a... no, that wasn't a good egg shot either. Both of them just do egg shots so late. Oh, he's running away. You gotta chase him down, Sunder. Get into Talon Trot and chase him. Just go peck him. I mean... It depends, Asmi. I feel like, you know... I feel like anyone who's run another category would be able to, right? Because, I mean, if you're doing, you know, he's been doing a lot of testing with Gig for 100% in the no DCW categories, right? But wouldn't have went back into MT. I mean, why wouldn't you, though? That's the thing. Because there's no reason to stay in GGM. Monkey see, monkey do. I mean, you need the jiggies, though. Like, without the 2 jiggies that you're missing, it's just... it's over. So... I feel like that he recognized what his Jinjo pattern was is the important part. Because, you know, that allowed Dango to go to GGM, grab his orange Jinjo because he knew where it was, right? Are you still in the ladder? He means in the tournament, I think. Yeah, this isn't a ladder. The leaderboard is a banjo ladder. So technically, yes, he is still in the ladder. Asmi is playing the winner of tomorrow's race, so... You don't know why you call them ladders? I mean, ladders, tournaments. A ladder is basically like, you know... Yeah, actually they're not the same at all. I'm sorry I can't help you, Tipped Up. Nice plateau early from Dango. I almost called him Starfish, but I'm sure either name works. Ladder makes sense. I mean, people don't get eliminated from a ladder, though. That's the thing. A ladder is sort of like a ranking. An actual banjo ladder would be actually a kind of a fun idea. Just to have like seasons. It's like the BK League, right? You have a season of a bunch of people who are like seeded onto a ladder. And then the lower racers can challenge the higher races to like move up to their ladder position, right? Kind of like a King of the Hill style tournament. And then at the end of the season, the winners, I mean, they win, right? But I mean, then you get a bunch of people who are just like at the bottom who like constantly challenge the same people over and over, but I mean, if people keep moving up and down, it sounds like a fun idea. Sunder got ultra destroyed there by GGM early, by the way. Lost lost 30 seconds on the enter GGM split. Hello, Pepper Plessy. Hag wave. And yeah, it does with leaderboards. I think a ladder season would be really fun in Banjo. And then it's just a bunch of like 1v1 races. But it's something that doesn't really work with like, you know, BanjoRace format, because it would just be a bunch of like regular races for placement, and that doesn't need to be like rebroadcasted. That just sounds like too much work. It would be like the BK League season, except like, you know, races throughout the season are broadcasted instead of, you know, instead of the end of season tournament. Sunder saying, who's ready for game 3 already? I mean, come on, Sunder, you still gotta get through MT. Come on, your PB's a minute and a half, almost a minute and a half better than Dango. Don't give it up yet. Don't give it up yet. Then again, I mean, Sunder is already plus 1 minute, so. Speaking of BK League, I guess it's going to be starting in January, so it's still a few months away, but I've been thinking about joining it this year. Deep in me, there's always been this, you gotta get better at BK feeling. You gotta learn how to do RBA. I feel it bubbling to the surface. Gotta go through Asmi's rigorous boot camp program. Alright, Sunder finally out of the Wumba section. Plus 1 second on that, not bad. Ooh, I thought Dango was about to miss that boulder. That would have been really rough. Dango's got a pretty comparable early game to Sunder. It's got to be all the MT movement that he's missing out on. I mean, Dango's sum of best is a 43-30, so, I mean, Dango could PB any one of these runs, I'm sure. It's just, you know, gotta hit that moment. Especially in a category this short, when you're like, I mean, in any category really, when your sum of best starts getting far enough away from your actual PB, that reaches that point where it's just, you know, you should have a consistent enough run that you can at least PB by a little bit. I mean, especially in Tooie with, you know, how difficult, you know, some of the movement is to like stay in a straight line, and, you know, there is a lot of randomness in Mayhem Temple. And I mean everywhere else because of bonks, but especially MT, just because of the flies and the prison code. Oh, excuse me. Uh-oh. Oh, can Dango not see? Ooh, that was almost off the side. Oh no, Dango! Oh god. I can't believe he couldn't see that. Whereas, like, we could. Well, this is definitely going to catch Sunder up for sure. That is a humongous oof. Like, I mean, at least he's got the shoes to run through this area, but it's definitely going to put Sunder in the lead. Just by a little bit. Man, I gotta stop jinxing these races. I mean, not that it's impossible for Dango to PB anymore, but I mean, it's definitely going to be a little rougher. Okay, there we go. Yeah, thanks, Stargem. Hi there, Pink Spaghetti. Nice stickers. Oh my god, I love that Klungo. Yeah, the Klungo one's real nice. It's always nice seeing new and original Banjo emotes on Twitch. It's really hard to see the 3 dots unless you, like, enlarge the emote, but... Alright, well, Dango playing from behind in game number 2 as well. So, we'll have to cheer that he catches up a little bit. Not that we're rooting against Thunderstorm, but it's always good to cheer for the underdog, you know? Yeah. It feels good being able to, like, draw something that you're happy with, too. I'm a terrible artist, so I knew if I drew myself emotes, I'd be like, ugh. Ugh. And yeah, I agree with that, Pastel. Definitely close races are more fun to watch. As long as they're not so close that I have to frame count, then then I might sit that one out. Alright, pretty spicy puzzle from Sunder. A 92 is pretty good. Ugh. Because I keep yawning, my eyes keep getting really watery. Those are the best kinds of races. I mean, it kind of sucks for you guys, because if races are so close that I have to frame count, I usually have to do it post cutting off the stream, because it's annoying doing it while the stream is still running. I mean, in the bracket stage, I probably would do it while the stream was still running, just because otherwise we couldn't move on to, like, the next games kind of thing, just because they're best 2 out of 3. So, I mean, I'd probably just put you guys on the now waiting, like, you know, race will be continuing soon screen, and then do it. Because, I mean, it's not like it takes very long. Yeah, the suspense can be exciting. Alright, MT right on the horizon. I'm sure Dango's gonna have a better MT than last run. I mean, all things considered, I mean, Sunder and Dango both had pretty good flies. I mean, Dango's flies were way better than Sunder's, TBH, but I don't know how Sunder is able to sit there for so long without popping out the top of the door. It must be because he lets himself sink a little bit lower, where I know a lot of people, they press A right as soon as they hit the top of the door. Like, I know that if Dango right there waited for as long as Sunder did, he probably would have popped out the top of the vines. Dango's very brave there for jumping right over top of the Muggy's club. If you jump right over the top of their club, there's a good chance that they can smack you out of midair. Like, if they hit you just wrong. Not that it happens every time, but it happens enough times that I just, you know, am wary about it, so I try to, like, specifically think of it when I'm jumping over them. Sunder taking the long way around that cat. Dango's got to do all the risky stuff? Not necessarily. There's not a whole lot of risky stuff left to do in the run. Like, not that there's much risky stuff to do anyway. But Dango definitely jumps way too close to this statue. But, I mean, his head was in a bad space during the last race, having, you know, accidentally messed up one of the most important parts about any Banjo run. Sunder taking a bonk off of Unoga Paz. At this point, it's basically just down to kind of RNG and doing things correctly. Yeah, missing the Jinjo isn't the best way to start that, though. But, I mean, there's lots of areas of the game where, you know, it's really easy to make mistakes. And, I mean, Sunder could do it. But, I mean, it looks like Dango's doing it a little bit, too. Okay, at least he didn't land on top. That's definitely good. So, a little bit of a oopsie flight section. The flight section's RNG. Basically, right? Basically. At this point, Sunder's far enough ahead that he can, like, make a bunch of mistakes in Witchy World. I mean, obviously, you know, there's the problems with the tent kind of thing. Jamjar's hearing us talk about how he needs to have good luck in this race and decides to bonk. As it is right now, I think that Sunder needs to do something major for Dango to have, like, any chance in the race anymore. That death in GGM was just, like, way too big. But, I mean, Sunder had already, like, you know, made mistakes already. But, I mean, you know, Sunder's time was already better than Dango's was, so... I mean, Sunder already had, like, a minute, 25-second lead over Dango, like, in terms of, you know, their time. And like I said, once you get, like, to a certain sum of best versus your own time, like, the consistency's gotta hit, and then you'll eventually get the big PB, but, I mean, if it just doesn't happen, then, I mean, in the end, your time is a 45:08, right? Well, it looks like Sunder got third try code, so that's it's a little on the rough side for him. So there's a little bit of time for Dango to catch up there. If only I could manifest a hundo PB. It's just too much Banjo, you know? Oh, are we gonna get double third try code here? Yep. I feel like the prison code Klungo 1 RNGs seem to kind of come hand in hand. When both runners get green potion or red potion or whatever, they usually get the same codes too. Either way, not much of a leg up for Dango in terms of time gained. Yes, yes, the code is random, Pink Spaghetti. I don't remember when the code randomizes itself, whether it's entering the level or entering your file or entering prison compound. But the code can be one of 3 different codes. And there's like a Stony in the room that tells you what the code is in a very cryptic riddle kind of way. But otherwise you just have to guess. And there's a fastest way to guess, and that's to just kind of go through all the codes one at a time in a certain order. So you start sun, moon, star, moon, sun. And then if that one doesn't work, you go moon, star, sun, star, star. And then the last code, because you're already on star, you can go from the star to sun, then star, moon, moon. So it's a nice, easy way to just kind of go through all 3 codes. And both of them got star, sun, star, moon, moon code with this run. So third try code loses 14 seconds-ish over first try code. So you obviously want to get first try code. Hey there, TSR Stormed. What would I want in a Banjo 3E? Fun transformations. I think fun transformations are what turn, you know... I mean, obviously it's such a small part of, you know, Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie. You only really use the transformations to get like 1 or 2 jiggies, max. And do certain things around the levels. But they're definitely lasting characters, you know what I mean. Ooh, this was a really good puzzle split up from Dango. 85 is still pretty good. And Sunder got an 83, so pretty close, but... Grunty is an unwilling ally / tool that is used for new tasks like levitation, burning shit, and generalized magic powers. So you mean like Grunty is like the Wumba of the game? Or like Mumbo, I guess, except with like, I guess I'll help you, but I don't want to, kind of thing. Banjo and Grunty team up. I mean, Grunty is like a threat, right? I mean, Grunty's the villain of every Banjo game. Community crowdfund a BT multiplayer mod. When BT gets decomped in like the year 2080. Ooh, I just bit my lip and it like really hurts. Ugh. Keep wanting to poke at it with my tongue and that just makes it hurt worse. You want Grunny to name call you from the ether? It's like, yes, Grunny, talk dirty to me, please. I don't know where you're coming from. I really like that Grunny doesn't rhyme in Banjo-Tooie. Like, I mean, it's something that's, like, good about her character kind of thing, I guess. But it's just funny that she doesn't rhyme in this game because her sisters just told her to stop. Because it's annoying. And it's just like, you know, we won't help you if you keep doing that. It's like, fine, I guess. Oh, Sunder! Okay. I thought Sunder might have thought about going, like, straight down. Which would have been, like, the ultimate rough. Oh, it looks like Dango does split up first, so we're gonna have a sync here in a sec. Both learning split up at the same time. Your team Grunty rhyme? Yeah, I'm definitely team Grunty, not rhyme. It definitely opens up what she can say a little more. But also, it's just like, you know... It's probably a lot easier for the writers of the game to, like, give her dialogue when she doesn't have to rhyme every line. That is going to be too low, Dango. No, there you go. Alright, so I feel like Dango didn't really lose a whole lot of time to Sunder in the Witchy World here. It's gonna be red feathers. Okay, so Dango's got all the feathers he needs for the rest of the game now. Yeah, I think the only thing that Dango's got to hope for is that Sunder has a kind of JRL. I mean, or Hag 1, but we just saw Sunder have a pretty decent looking Hag 1, so I think he'll be probably fine there. Although Sunder did get smacked by the eels a couple times, and so, I mean, you know, there's always something that could happen. I mean, Sunder could get like a 72 JRL puzzle as well. All this speculation. What were their DCW times? 27:33 and 27:47. That seems kind of wrong. I think they probably split at different times there. Alright, 79 JRL for Dango, so that's a pretty average, I would say. Pretty average JRL time. 79 to 80 is what I'd call average range. For me, anyway. But I'm not great at the puzzle. like, close glance, it's hard for me to tell Pastel and Spaghetti's names apart, because they're both, like, pink, and they're both the same approximate length as well. I keep looking up, I'm like, oh. Alright, nice 80 puzzle from Dango. Uh-oh, who's that? Get out of here, Flame.
How are you?
I don't know what Flame is doing in here. I don't know why he's even able to get in here. Oh, right, because he's a host for this tournament. That's right. It's all coming back to me now. Needs to be more pink. My name is just default red. Yeah, I agree, more pink. Change his name to purple. I mean, I had no problem with pink. It was just like when I looked over at the out of the corner of my eye. I mean, now I can definitely tell the difference for sure. Also, I thought Sunder was gonna rejoin Banjo when jumping to that switch there for a second, but it almost looked like Kazooie was gonna like fall off the button for a sec, even though that is kind of hard to do. But Flame, what did you say when you joined? I can't hear you because of your soundboard. Was it like, oops, what am I doing? Bye. Shouldn't you be co-hosting? Wasn't Flame supposed to co-host the other race? That happened on Wednesday? I don't remember. I remember there was some talk about that. I mean, no problems. I couldn't even remember, so. Alright, looks like Sunder had a good swim through the octopus this time. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Sometimes life just comes fast. We've all been there. Alright, one last little thing to swim through here. Alright, Sunder going directly through the eels. But he's so fast, they're not going to catch him. Why is that an emote? Why is it not an emote? Or why not have that emote? Life, you know? See, I really enjoy that I have a lot of emotes in the BanjoRace chat that, I have a lot of emotes in the BanjoRace chat that, people keep accidentally typing because they're just regular words. Like life. Like okay. Like, whoops, I typed that in the Discord. Like, ah. Like, oh. Like, that sort of stuff is absolutely wonderful to keep seeing in chat all the time. Like, classic. Oh, classic bonk from Dango. Look at that. Yeah. I mean, I think O is a great emote because it's like, it's exactly how you would use it, right? It's like the sad hamster. All it needs is that violin, that it's like one of my favorite memes right now. I mean, you only really see it on, like, Instagram and, like, TikTok and stuff like that, but still. Yeah, Dango had a rough GGM. In Minnesota. Home for tomorrow's race. I mean, you better be. Please let us know ahead of time if you cannot. But I would prefer to not have to move that race for a second time. An OP emote? I'm sure there is, but... I mean, that's the problem with having, like, 1,000 open emote slots on 7TV, right? I just add all the stupidest emotes I can. I mean, that's something... I mean, pay attention to the chat, but, I mean, like, what's the stupidest emote I have in chat? I don't know. I mean, I got a lot of really stupid ones. Every now and again, I get in a mood, and I just add, like, 70 emotes. Joel is too great. Alright, last, bonk free for... Oh, Dango missed! That is the wrong Klungo. No, it was the one in the back. There you go. Hit the right Klungo that time. Good. Yeah. I mean, the fact that Hag wanted to get dragged into the call so bad that stream, I was just, like, so annoyed. I was like, Hag, can you go away? Go be drunk somewhere else. Yeah, it was a good stream. Ring Rush has made a lot of really good tasks over the years. Wait, what are you talking about, Flame? Are you talking about when Hag was restreaming Ring Rush's tasks? Yeah, I don't know. Oh. Oh, I think I'll pass. If Hag was just, like, stream drinking, then, I mean... entertaining is entertaining, but, drunk entertainment is... it is what it is. Alright, Hag one time for Thunderstorm in the very last leg of the race. I guess it's a good thing so much that, I mean, if Dango didn't die in, where would Dango be if he didn't die in, Power Hut Basement? I think he would still be positive, because he was minus 9.7, and then he went up to 58. So he lost, like, a minute 7 there. And so he's currently plus a minute 13, so I think he'd be currently plus 5 seconds or so. So if he doesn't save more than 5 seconds in this Hag 1, then he probably wasn't in a PB anyway. But it would have been close for sure. Just all of a sudden you hit a wrong clone and it's over Ogre. I mean, knowing, you know, how to spot the correct Klungo versus the clones, but then on top of that, kind of keeping in your mind where Klungo is and how far he could have run as well. It's a lot to kind of keep in mind when you're doing a race. Especially when you look at a Klungo and you go, oh yeah, that guy's the right one. But then it's like close, but not quite. But Sunder doing the normal fire egg aiming strat, so nice and simple. So we got Sunder about 2.5 phases ahead of Dango. So gonna be extraordinarily hard for Dango to catch up. Even like if Sunder misses a battery phase, I mean I still don't think it's gonna be enough time. Because Sunder's best possible time is showing 44:48 right now, and Dango's is 46:21, so I think the race favored Sunder anyway, just because of you know, missing, you know, just the PB difference. But I mean, even if Dango didn't pass away in Power Hut basement, I think it still would have gone to Sunder by quite a bit. I mean, like 20 seconds isn't quite a bit, but well, then again, if Dango wouldn't have shot a wrong clone during Blue Potion as well, I think it might have actually been a little closer, because that would have been like almost 43 territory, I think. Like a high 43 kind of thing. Oh wait, no, it wouldn't have. No, I'm thinking wrong. It would have been a high 44. Yeah, just because it would have gone from like plus 47-ish at exit JRL, that would have been at least a minus, like what I say, a minute 7, so it would have been like minus 15 seconds, so it would have been a high 44, which is kind of what Sunder has right now. So, yeah, if Dango had exactly the same run he just had, except didn't die in Power Hut basement and have a bad Klungo too, it probably would have been like almost synced, I would say. And if not synced, it would have been like slightly Sunder favored. But even then, that would have been like, you know, if Sunder had the run that he had currently. I mean, if Sunder was ever on a good run, it probably would have just been impossible for Dango to win anyway, just because of the PB difference. But it'll just be some more incentive for Dango to practice up before his next match, for sure. Which is obviously the hardest part about, you know, competing in tournaments when they go on for a little bit, you know, too long. It's just because all of a sudden life hits people. Work, school, hobbies. It's really hard to fit playing banjo into a busy schedule. So would recommend to anyone listening who is still in the tournament, please do at least one run. At least 1 or 2 full runs. Except Flame, you already gave your excuse. You and Snopey already talked in the Discord. I already know where you're standing. That's what I'm saying. Not sure what Sunder is doing there. He's just kind of standing there dodging Grunny's bolts. I'm trying to say all the people I haven't checked in, you know? Alright, we only have a couple HPs left for Sunder. Ooh, the Ugger accidentally smacking him, but race is over. 44-56 for Sunder. Let's go ahead and pull him in. Alright, GG's.
What the? I should not be winning these games. What is happening?
Yeah, it was probably, I mean, your PB is like a minute 20 seconds better than Dango's is.
Oh, is it? Oh, I didn't realize. I thought we were close.
No, Dango has a 45:08.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was gonna take like a really bad run on top of Dango having a pretty okay run in order for him to win. But this race might have been a little bit close if Dango hadn't have accidentally died in Power Hut Basement.
Oh no! Did he go back or did he get pillars?
No, he went back. And then he also, uh-oh, Dango might actually die. Uh-oh, 1 health and Hag 1, the Ugger is getting close.
No.
Oh no, no!
Did he die? Oh, tragic.
Oh my god.
Oh, big rip. Hag 1
How was
strikes
Thunder?
again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was Thunder doing?
Sunder got a 44-57.
Hey, considering I was a minute behind going into GGM, the fact that I'm only plus a minute 15 is, I'll take that.
Yeah. I was saying during the Hag 1 that if you hadn't have made your 2 big mistakes there, Dango, Blue Potion and your Power Hut Basement, it probably would have been like a synced race kind of thing. But yeah, you guys had about the same RNG throughout. Third try codes all around. Both of you guys started Green Potion Klungo.
So dude, in nice. Race 1, I was like, oh shit, I don't remember the codes. I better get first try code. And then I got first try code. And then the second race, I was like, shit, I forgot to check the cheat sheet between races. So like while I was like going through MT, I was like digging out the cheat sheet.
Yeah. I was gonna say you must have found it because your code entry looked fine to me. I didn't even notice anything. I can't remember who that was in the pool, pool phase, who just didn't know the codes, so they just stood in front of the buttons. But I think it was Stormed. I think it was Stormed. I can't remember though. Or maybe it was Dango. Who knows?
Yeah, well, I know my codes. Yeah, I've made a lot of mistakes, not that one.
Yeah, I think it was Stormed then, but he'll have to correct me on that one. So, let's see, what was I gonna say? So yeah, pretty rough GGM early for Sunder at the start of this race.
Yeah, and rough Klungo 1.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, I've been saying this a lot lately, I feel, but everyone always shoots their eggs like way too late for Green Potion Klungo.
Yeah, I should have just not done this strat because I hadn't practiced it in like over a month.
Yeah, I mean your strat looked fine, you just didn't, you know, you gotta poop and then like when you dodge the 6th potion, you gotta poop and then like immediately shoot. If you wait any longer, it doesn't always happen that Klungo turns around and runs the other way, but sometimes he turns around and runs the other way. And I mean, I've seen a lot of people in this tournament get really lucky and Klungo runs forward into the egg, and like that's always pleasant to see. But yeah, definitely punished a little bit at the start of this race. And then on top of that, you know, missing Klungo cutscene skip as well.
Yeah.
That was
I took my time for that too, and I still failed it.
Yeah, not a good start. Yeah, Dango, a little bit of a clunky flight section for MT as well there. Did you hit the Unogo Paz in both races? I can't remember. I think Sunder hit him in the first race.
I hit him in... I don't remember which one of the two. I thought I hit him in the second one, but I don't.
Yeah, I can't remember. I either both of you did it in this second race, or
no. So my first flight section was quote unquote clean, but it shouldn't have been clean because I got the black Jinjo that I didn't need.
What?
You got a black Jinjo?
The black Jinjo?
Because it was the wrong pattern, so I didn't even need to grab the Jinjo.
Oh, yeah. No, I meant no, in the second race here, you didn't hit the cat. You landed on the roof, right?
Yes, I landed on the roof in the second race.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah. So it was the, I don't know. Maybe it was Sunder in both races. I don't remember. Banjo
I think I only hit him once.
Together. Yeah, but yeah, and you didn't get any bonks this time, did you, Sunder? I can't remember.
I didn't get any bonks in either race. I was like, if we go to game 3, then my luck's gonna catch up to me.
Dango got really shafted in the first race, but then in the second race, I think you only got the 1 bonk, right? On
No, I got 3.
Oh, you got 3 bonks this race? I didn't even notice that. Yeah, I saw for sure you got the 1 bonk on because I was talking about it in chat. I can't remember where were your 3 bonks.
They were Egg Aim and Talon Torpedo, and I can't remember if it was fire or grenades.
Yeah, I know it was grenades in the first race, but I don't remember. I think I was talking about it when you were when you got grenades or Talon Torpedo in this race. That's the one I noticed, but I don't know what I was looking at during the other ones.
Yeah, that was well, Klungo RNG was good. Bonk RNG was absolute crap, and third try code. So
yeah,
but obviously that, I don't know, the human error of, I mean, Power HUD is so damaging if you miss it.
See, the thing is like for us, your Power HUD looked very, very bright on stream. So I don't know if your OBS looks fine, but your like the monitor you're using or TV you're using is dark.
Well, like when I go in there, it's like pitch black. I can't see a thing.
Yeah, because it's like that for a lot of people, like on our end. But when you went into Power HUD Basement, for us, it looks perfect. You can see everything. So
wow, damn. Well, I wish I could see what you can see.
Yeah, like when you're looking at your OBS, have you ever like looked over at OBS? Is it still black on your OBS?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I can't remember.
I would look at it on your OBS because it looks great on your stream.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's maybe worth it playing for your OBS because it was really funny seeing, because like when Toucans does it, his screen for the stream is entirely black. You cannot see a single thing, and so he does the same bill drill thing to kind of be able to see. But it was really funny seeing you do the bill drill thing to be able to see where you're going, just because the entire room was lit up anyways.
Wow.
So it's just kind of funny. So I would watch it back on stream just so you kind of know what we're talking about. But
I will.
Yeah. All right, Sunder, congratulations on winning the first round of the bracket stage. You will be moving forward to race Xenernicus. So schedule that one as soon as you can. And Dango, you'll be waiting for just a little bit for your race. Tomorrow, Flameforged and Snowpea are going to be racing. The winner of that race is going to race Asmi. And then the loser of that race is going to race you in the loser bracket.
Gotcha.
So you'll be racing either Flameforge, Queen Snowpea, or Asmi. So, yeah, Xenernicus, schedule your match as soon as you can. That would be great. And, yeah, that's it for today. Yeah, like I said, tomorrow, another race, 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern, Flameforged, Queen Snowpea. So, yeah. Do you guys have any last words for me about the race? Maybe I forgot.
Nope. GG's.
Congrats, Thunder.
Thank you.
All right. GG's. See you guys tomorrow.
See ya.
Bye.